So May 18th now, and about a week has gone by since I got the pond going, and looks good for the forecast for not having any more frost tonight. So I'm gonna go for the plants today. I keep a lot of my plants in the basement for the winter in the cold room, just tuck them in peat moss and bags and they hold out. But the truth is, nothing compares to the ones you get from the greenhouse. They're so much better looking than the ones I keep. So I love to get a little mixture every year. I'll keep my own because I need so many. It costs me too much. So I keep my own, and I'll buy some too. Or my lovely sister might give me a gift certificate or something. That worked out pretty good. But anyway, I'll show you what I got here. So took a trip over to Fern's greenhouse, which is about an hour away from here, and got some awesome pond plants. I'm going to add this to the ones that I kept. I got some can lilies here. I got some irises here. I got some prickleweed. I got some hibiscus, and I got lots of different stuff here. We're gonna, yeah, it'll look good along the pond. There's actually looks like lots right now, but there's actually, when you look at the size of the pond, this is hardly nothing. I'll add mine to it, and it'll be good. I'll show you what I have for my stuff. This looks a lot better than my stuff. The stuff that I grew I didn't grow it. I kind of put it in storage. That calla lily right there looks like it's going to be pretty good. It's a red flowered one. And I got some, I think this is a yellow flowered one, this one. And some of the stuff didn't grow. You take a chance, I guess. It might come still. Some stuff is just a little bit too slow growing. It's been about a month since I potted it. It was, before that it was in the cold room in peat moss bags with no soil, just peat moss. So, and this little pot I had here had big holes, so I put some floss in there to hold the dirt. And that's another calla lily of some type. And this one here, he didn't do so well. He might have froze. I brought these out a few days ago. Covered the tarp at night, plug a heater in, but I didn't get it in time, and some of them froze a little bit. Like this one here, you can see the frost damage on that one over there. Yeah. But I think they'll come back. This is just some of the ones. I'll show you the other ones. Some more that didn't grow down here. Some more that I kept for the winter. Just going to take them out today. Let's go through here. Over to my home. There's my son, Matthew. Say hi, Matthew.
What?
Say hi.
Hi.
Give a thumb up.
I don't trust you.
Okay. Some more plants by the window here that I'm growing.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, these ones are doing pretty good actually. These are the ones that kept dormant all winter. But I planted them about a month ago. Got some more downstairs actually.
Yeah, now I will, because I thought you were just trying to make me look dumb or something in a photo.
Would I do that to you?
Yes.
No, I never
have before.
I've never looked. What are you doing? Oh, look at the artist. Good job. And there's some more down in the basement windows here. These are some of the ones that I just keep alive all winter. I usually have a lot more than this. I just kind of slacked off on my winter. As they get bigger, I'll put them in a new pot, start another pot. There's some, there's some more in the other room. I'll go over there next. It's got to go outside. There's the toy. Look at that. Thinking they're all that. All these plants are going to end up being going outside. The wind will probably beat the hell out of this big one. Here's some more ones that I keep alive with the window sills all winter. So here. That's it, you've seen them all. Another thing I'm going to do this week is move the fish in. So a little trick that I learned is you want to make it so that you don't shock the fish too much with temperature or water changes, pH, everything else. You want to be very consistent, and it's less stress for the fish. So here's what I do. I put a hose in this end of the filter. This is after all the physical filtration. And then I run it over through my basement window, way over there. And put it in the pond. So I'm adding this pond water to my basement pond. Because this pond outside has been going for a couple of weeks now, so things will be a little different, temperature especially. So, I'm just gonna get the fish used to this outside water before I move them in a couple of days. Let's plant some plants. I got the tide stuck on the out phase, so the water is shallow as it can get. And some of these plants, like this eastern calla lily, this red flowered calla lily, doesn't like being submerged in the water, so I'll plant it in a spot that is just out of the water, like this little plate I made, this little platform. And when the tide comes in, it'll give it just a little shot of water. Tide goes back out again, like lets it, the water run out of it so it doesn't get submerged at all times. But this water calla that I just bought from Fern's greenhouse likes water, and I'll submerge that down right down to the bottom, which is probably about 2 inches deeper than that pot. Let's have at her. So we've got the eastern calla. It doesn't like water. He's planted. He's just barely out of the water. And then beside him, I have the little blue flag water iris. He likes water. That one is in the water. But should do very well there, I think. And then another one here that likes water as well. Water calla. And we'll continue on like that all the way around the whole pond. Okay, it's fish day. Matthew's going to help me carry the fish out. Here they are. Got most of the plants moved already, but well, most of them, but there's still lots. And we're going to probably take, oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 fish at a time in this bucket. And Matthew's going to help me carry it because I got a bad arm. And let's have at her. This?
Yeah.
Look at this baby. This is a small one. Sure is nice, eh?
It's bright.
Ready? Okay, we're gonna get snow this time. Here comes Snow. He's the biggest one, or second biggest maybe. He's a big bugger. Oh, he's nice, eh?
Yeah.
Hey there, big feller. Oh, come on, big feller. Okay, this is Goliath. This is the very first koi I ever had. We bought it to put in the fish tank. We had no idea what koi were about, and there was about, I don't know, 2 months in the fish tank, and it outgrew the rest of the fish, and we kind of fell in love with it. So we got some more, built a pond, and that's how it went.
Last two.
Last two, we got Creamskull and Goldie Hawn. Here we go. Did you just swear on my phone? Okay.
You swore without even knowing it.
Oh, gee. There they go. That's the last of them. They're all in there now.
Went pretty well.
It's a fairly big elephant ear. I'm going to try something a little different this year. I put them out there and I try to brace the bottoms up. It's not a very big pot really for that size of plant. So as soon as I try to move it, it's probably going to try to pull out of there just from the weight of the top. And you mix that with wind from outside, this thing is doomed. So I'm going to try something different. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut them all off. I'm going to cut every one of these off except for the latest one, which has, if anybody knows anything about elephant ears, they, right here you can see where the new leaf is going to come. I'm going to cut just above that. So there's going to be nothing but a stub and one little branch that's with no leaves at all. So the new leaf will come out. There will be no wind problems, no extra weight on top. It's a shame to let these leaves go, but I'm only going to do it with this one and try it and see how it goes. There. That's the same plant, if you can believe it. After I butchered them, threw them in a little bin here, and we're going to take them out like that. The new leaf should come off of this one right here. And when that does happen, after that happens, I can cut this noob off. We're going to see what happens. I don't know. I don't hear of a lot of people having the same problem with taking these big plants outside and letting the wind beat them up, so I'm kind of just trying some stuff out. We'll see how it goes. I'll go put them in the pond. There he is. It's going to look like crap for a while until he gets another leaf or two, but hopefully this works. We'll get some more plants now. We just got started. That's kind of how I do it. I just mash them in there. It won't look pretty for a few days until it starts growing, but I'm pretty sure it'll come right back and it'll look really awesome. There's another little creeper. I'm going to put him in that little pot there with that little elephant deer on the far side so he can kind of creep into the water as he grows. Should work out pretty good. Well, most of the plants are in. It might not look like really much now, but the water's still cold. I believe it's like around 60 degrees, 55, 50, ranges around there right now at this time of year. Not feeding the fish protein because it's a little too cool for that. Plants don't want to grow very good at this temperature, but the daytimes are starting to get warm. Nighttime it cools off quite a bit still. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. In another couple weeks things will start growing quite a bit. The lily pads are just starting to move a little bit. I'll take you around and show you all the plants I put in. Hey, starting at the waterfall. I put some creeping Jenny in the falls. Hopefully it'll take off. Last year it did really well in here. I've got some pennywort on top there. Some more creeping Jenny and pennywort further back by where the water comes out. Goes down. I got some ferns growing here. They were here for a few years now. They're not up yet. You can kind of see where they were. There's a fern right there, an old one from last year. And you see the bud is just barely coming. I got some more over here. We get into the pond, the stuff that I put in here. There's some parrot's feather here. Actually, I got parrot's feather, pennywort, creeping Jenny, kind of scattered all over the place. I got some big elephant ears from the basement. They're a bit of a shock right now. They're drooping a bit, but I think they're going to snap right out of it once it warms up out here. A calla lily there. Lots of different types of plants here. Lily pads are just starting to grow. There's a water iris there. The blue flag, actually, that one. Another big elephant ear. Oh, there's the koi. And then that actually is doing pretty good, that lily pad there. Well, for how cold the water is anyway. We've got lots of plants here. Lots of water iris in here. That's a canna lily there, but doesn't really like water, so he's just planted just out of the water. Gets a little dip when the tide comes in. Some more over here. Canna lilies. More parrot's feather. And this is that plant that I was talking about. It's a wild calla lily. I don't even pot it. It just grows like crazy. It likes cold. It's remember how it was before when I picked it up? It was just a little teeny bud. Now it's growing already in this cold weather. Lots of stuff going on here. Some more parrot's feather. Another water lily, calla lily, but this one here froze, so it's got some coming back to do. I have pretty good faith that it's going to make it. Another canna lily. Some lily pads that haven't really started moving yet, just barely started growing. There's some pennywort. And I think this is baby tut here. Lots of different things here that I'm not even sure what some of them are. I just keep them growing. Koi are chasing me down, trying to get me to feed them. I do feed them Cheerios this time of year. Cheerios is low protein, so it's not harmful for their stomachs. Let's have a look Yeah, lots of parrot's feather, and that stuff is like a blanket. Once it starts growing, it'll grow right into the water. You'll see. Here's something new that I don't even know what it's called. Maybe this is baby tut. Oh well, whatever. Lots of different plants. Some of the elephant ears, I'm not sure if they're gonna make it or not. I cut this one down, and I'm hoping a new leaf will come out of that stem, because that's the newest stem, and the leaves come out. They shoot right out from here. So if a leaf comes out of there, I'll cut the rest of it off, and it won't look so funny anymore. Now we'll just let her grow for a while. Fish seem to be happy. Filter's working good. Tide maker's working good. Let's go have a look at that skimmer. I'm so proud of how the skimmer works. I like to just sit here and watch it sucking things off the surface. Keeps my water really nice. Fish will make a mess, and then it'll just clean it up in a matter of minutes. Even a big leaf has no choice to go right to the filter from here. It has quite the suction in the skimmer. Oh, here comes the herd. They're saying, "Leonard, are you going to feed us? What are you doing hanging around the pond if you're not going to feed us?" Thanks for watching. That's a wrap. Pond's all together. I just got my usual maintenance of cleaning the filter out I'm going to try 2 weeks this year and see how it goes. I went like over a month last year. No problems, but I think it'd be a lot better for everybody if I did it more often. So maybe I'll make a video on that in a couple weeks. I just did it here just the other day, so I don't have to do it for at least another week. But thanks for taking the time to watch this video.